Good morning, everybody. Gvids here. Today we are at a new location going for some kitty cats. We're in a place called Port Stanley. It's about a half an hour away from my city. Lake Erie is just down that river there, to the right of me there. Once you follow that down, you will make it to Lake Erie, which is one of our Great Lakes. But let's get this chicken liver out there. We're just using some good old-fashioned chicken liver. I have doused it up with some cherry Kool-Aid and some sea salts. Now that's really not necessary, it's just something I'm experimenting with. Honestly, it hasn't really caught me any more fish than just using plain old chicken liver. But you can experiment. Catfish really aren't too picky. I've heard people catching them off of bars of soap. So really, if it has a smell to it, they will come up and investigate it. I personally like to use either real fish or liver like this. It is packed with blood and all different types of flavors for them. Once it's sat out in the sun for a little while, it just gets a little bit more rancid. But it does make it better for them, and they absolutely love it. Now let's keep on going here, guys, and let's see what we can do. Alright, it's a beautiful morning. Holy shit, we got a fish on. Oh man, this is actually my second fish here, guys. I had caught a freshwater drum earlier, but my camera did not turn on for some reason. It was a nice sized freshwater drum. They're not the greatest fight. They usually just kind of float right in. But this is definitely giving me a little bit of a fight here. I do believe it's a catfish, just the way it's fighting. I could be wrong, but let's see if we can get this thing in here and get a better look here. Alright. It's a beautiful morning here, like I was mentioning. We're just near Lake Erie, which is just down by the river there to the right of me. That's a great lake for us. That's why I love coming here, because it usually brings in some decent sized fish. This water is super murky. Obviously perfect for the kitty cats. Let's just get this girl in here and see what we've got. I do believe it's a kitty cat, though. We've crested a few times over there. I know my arm was kind of covering it for it, but I did see the golden back. Now one thing I have noticed when I'm catfishing is the darker gray ones. They tend to give out a little bit of a better fight than the goldens. I don't know if it's just a certain size that they hit when they start turning more of a grayish blue color, or if it's just a male or female difference there. I do have a gentleman that comes up there to me there, guys. I always do a talk over. I will release just like the plain old video there, of course, on the side, but this is just my little fishing video, so I'd like to do a little talk over. But you know what, when you're fishing out in public, people always like to come up to you when you got a big old fishy on. He does offer to help me out with the net, but I do decline. Not to be on the rude side or nothing, but I just like to handle my fish on my own. Sometimes people, they not necessarily don't know what they're doing, but they just make mistakes, and it's a lot easier to get mad at yourself than getting mad at someone in the public. So let's just always keep it to, I can handle it on my own. I got my net ready there, but I did appreciate the offer. He was a nice gentleman coming up. Obviously, fighting a big fish, having a second hand can definitely help. But I am a little bit stubborn there. He's just about to go out onto his boat. I think the guys are going for perch or walleye out in the lake there. That's what most people tend to do when they hit out the big lake. Alright, let's get this beautiful fish in here. Look at the golden color on this thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Get the hook. Oh, okay, the hook's flying out of his mouth already. Absolutely perfect there. Let's see if we can get my piece of crap scale to work today. I've thrown it in the water a few weeks ago, and well, let's just say it hasn't been working since. So let's just see if it does turn on, but sometimes, I don't know, guys, it just doesn't really work for me. We're gonna hope for the best. Otherwise, we're just gonna take a quick peek-see at this fish and get her back in the water. You know what? Catfish, out of all fish, are extremely hardy. you could probably keep this fish out of water for like a few hours and he would go right back in the water and pretend like nothing happened. And this piece of crap. Yeah, I threw it in the water a few weeks ago, guys. This thing's done for. Anyways, let's just take a look at this fish here. Once I get this thing in here, I'll tell you a quick story here. Beautiful, whoa, beautiful fish. Probably 5 or 6 pounds here if I say in the, and when I was live. I think, let her back in the water. Now I had a catfish in an aquarium and it jumped out, fully dried up. I came back the next day, saw its gill moving, tossed her back in the water. What do you know? Next day she's swimming around like nothing happened. Catfish are extremely hardy. They're a great fish to catch and actually really good eating too. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you do share, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.